Good morning. Today, this is our lesson right here. Assignment, March 5th, graphs of exponential functions. So, today, what we did is we got data in a table, right? So yet before, this is what we did, right? And we could answer the questions using that information there. So I want you to read this and translate it if you don't understand it. Make sure to translate that, okay? But yesterday and the day before, we got a table with data. We got t, time, and data right there. Today, we get data, instead of getting in a table, we get it in a graph. This is called a graph, okay? Same information. When this is t, okay. Okay, question 1 is right here, so make sure you translate it. It's this one right here, okay? Okay, so the important thing is growth is when something goes up, okay? So growth is when something goes up, right? So we have something like this. You have an equation like this. When this goes up in that direction, that is growth. But when it goes down, when it goes that way, it is decay, okay? So the first question, very easy. This one right here, it starts here. When you go that direction, it's getting higher and higher. It's going up. So that's going that direction, right? So that's growth. That's growth, okay? What is the beginning value? That was like the same thing as before, okay? So the beginning value. So this is the way to think about it. The graph is like a table. So first thing is, so this might be easier. So please go ahead and translate this right here, okay? Everybody translate that. But what it's telling us is we're going to take this table, this graph, and convert it to a table because we already know how to do that. So I'll show you that. Okay, so here's our table, right? So the first thing is, let's go ahead and get a bigger pen. Okay, so this would be our t, right? Because this is our t and this is our ct up here, right? Oh, my pen's not working. Okay, so that's our, why is this not working? Okay, so t, and then this is ct right here, right? ct, so make a table. And then this is the t's right here, right? T's are going that way, right? So t, first t, we start with 0. So that's 0 for t, but up here, this point right here is 600, okay? 600. And then we get 1, and then we get 720, 2, 864, 3, 1037. 37, 4, 12, 44. Okay, good. So now the next thing is, what is the beginning value? Well, that's what we start with, right? The beginning value is when t is at 0, so that would be 600, okay? So 600 is the beginning, where the first point is on the graph, okay? That one. What is the growth or decay rate? Well, we know this is growing because it's going like that. So, all right, so we always take, to get the growth factor, we take the second one, 720. Let's see if I can get this here. So 720, and we divide it by the first one, which is 600. So divide by 600, and then we do that on our calculator. Okay, we get 720 divided by 600 equals. So that means the growth factor is 1.2, okay? So that's going to be A, okay? So the next thing is, how many customers are there when T is equal to 6? I should have put this over here. So we go like this, so 5, 6, okay, when T is equal to 6. Well, first we got to get from here to here. So we got to go take this one, multiply by the growth factor. So we get our calculator. We go 1244 times the growth factor, 1.2 equals, so that's 1492. But we want the sixth one right here, right? So we go times, one more time, times 1.2 equals 1791. Okay, so now we look at our answers. Let's see if I can find where I put them. So 1791, no, this would be the closest. So pick the closest, okay? So now that we know the starting value is 600, right? That's the beginning value, right? And we know the growth factor is 1.2, right? So that's a growth factor. Then we just need to find an equation that has that. Remember, this y equals a times b to the power of x. This is the beginning, so that should be 600. And this is the growth factor. So we're looking for 600 times 1.2x, right? So that would be C. Okay, finally, number 6 is something that we're going to use our calculator on. So, because it's 4.5. So what this means is we're going to use this function right here, and we're going to go C to the power of, this should be a C is what it should be. This should be a C, okay? So this would be 4.5 is equal to, because we're using the function here, okay? Is equal to what? It's equal to 600 times 1.2 to the power of 4.5. Okay, so we're going to use our calculator for that. Okay, so we go 600 parenthesis 1.2 parenthesis to the power of, and what was it? Was it 4.5? What was it? It was 4.5. Okay. 4. Why isn't this working? 4.5. Enter, and that would be 1362. Okay, so I'm pick the closest one to that. Hold on. So that equals 1362, right? So what's the closest? No, no, no. Yes, this is going to be the closest. So pick C. So that's how you do this kind of problem, okay? And then make sure you finish the assignment. There's more. And so make sure you finish the assignment and enter your answers into Canvas, okay? And that's it.